Hi friends, this video is about text to column option in data tab. Shortcut is Alt AE. If I press Alt, a series of alphabets will appear on each tab. For data tab, my alphabet will be A. Now if I press A, another series of alphabet will appear. For text to column, it's E. So this is how shortcut becomes Alt AE. Now let's see how text to column works. For example, I have some names in column R. I pressed Alt AE and a dialog box appeared. So if you check this dialog box, there are two options, delimited and fixed width. If you see these names, they have name and surname. First 5 digits are fixed. Manoj, 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 which has 5 letters. My intention is to write name in column S and surname in column T. This is where we'll use text to column option. So I used fixed width. Then again we'll use delimited. So let's press next. Now the very first thing Excel does is it will recognize the space and it will give the name. I mean column. Let's double click and you can edit it manually. Okay, again you can press click it and the divider will be created. Now it will ask in which column do you want to present the result. As of now, by default it is selecting the data where it is source. So if you press next or finish, it will be overwriting to the source. Now I don't want it, so I'll just give it a new place, which is R. So if you can see, name is appearing in column S and surname is appearing in column T. It bifurcated it. This is the simplest example you will find all over internet about text to column. Now, as you can see, we used fixed width. Now let's try it with another way, that is delimited. Again, Alt AE and a dialog box will appear. Delimited. If you see the source data in column R, name and surname are bifurcated or they are segregated with space. A special character is space. There is Manoj, then space, then Kevali. Now, since there is a space that bifurcates the data, you can use a delimited. Delimited are used when data are segregated through special characters. By pressing next, there are delimiters, semicolon, comma, space, and other. In other, you can give anything, backslash, front slash, whatever your special character is, at the rate, has, exclamation, any kind of special characters, whatever they are in your source data, you can use. In my example, name and surname are segregated through space. Now if I click on space, a line will appear. Basically, text to column, it represents or it presents data in columnar format. Let's press next. So it's asking me in which part do you want to present the result. So I select column S, finish. Okay, this is how text to column works. So the very first thing we learn from text to column is bifurcation of first name and second name. Let's do a little bit complex thing. This is an example that I'll be doing through delimited option. Here I have downloaded some stock transactions. In first column, if you see, everything is there in first column, inside that column. Now if you take a close look into my file, there is a separator, backslash. Each item is being separated through a separator, that is backslash. So this is the special character, and I'll use delimited option because of the special character. My intention is to present the data in tabular format. Let me just correct this first column. Ignore this formula concatenate that I'll be using. Let's just adjust this part that is a little bit different. I just worked on it and I just left it. So all right, so here it is. Now I'll select this range, and then I'll not press, I'll just go to data, text to column. Now delimited option because of special character. Next. Now what is the separator? Space is not the separator. My separator is backslash. Now when I use backslash, you can see columns appearing. It is bifurcating the data into columnar format. That is, this is what I want. I'll press next. Now where do I want? So I'll just replace the existing data in same source place. So I'm overwriting it. Next. So if you see, my data that was in column A has been presented in columnar format. This is date, this is symbol, which stock I traded, this is the which exchange was used, this is the equity, this is the buy and sell trade type. I'll just okay, this is quantity, how many stocks were bought or sold, this is the price, at which price it was transacted, this is my transaction ID. I'll just change it into number. This is my order ID. This is my transaction ID. And the very last is time of transaction. 2018 April 19T10. I don't know what is 19T10, whatever it is. This is how text to column can be used to present data in columnar format. Now let's see another example. Convert invalid date into valid date format. How you can use text to column for this? Whenever you extract any report from SAP or Oracle, what happens is you might encounter with date in different formats. For example, you can see there are few formats I have presented here. There are few format Excel can recognize and few format that Excel can't. This is the date 23-03-2019. If Excel recognize this date, it will present it in number. If Excel doesn't recognize this as a date, it will not convert into number. See, for this second date, it is not recognizing as date. It is pasting as it is. Third option also, it is not recognizing a date. The fourth one, it is recognizing a date. Even though presentation is different, but it is the date. These two are improper presentation. Now I'll use text to column to convert it into dates. Let's edit this one part is missing. I'll just edit. Okay, all right. So let's delete this unnecessary part. All right. Now I can select this range. Then I'll press on data, text to column, delimited. Okay, one thing you will notice is you'll not select on any of the delimiter. This is something different I'll be teaching you. Press next. Now you have more options. Come to date. Let's select date, month and year. Let's see what happens. Now where I want the result, I want somewhere else because I want to show you the difference. Okay, please take a note that I'm taking date, month and year. Kindly take a note of it. Alright. Now I click on finish. You can see all dates are converted apart from this last one. Now one thing you can use is like okay, so how to convert it? Alright, okay, so one solution is you might convert this backslash into hyphen and again use text to column, or you can also directly convert it. Let's go to the first option. I'll just press Control F and I'll just replace hyphen backslash with hyphen, and then I'll select next. Yes, okay, here it goes. I'll go to text to column, delimited. None of the delimiters are selected. Date. Okay, still it didn't change. So if you notice why it didn't change, because the date format in the upper four numbers is in DDMMYY, but in this particular case my date format is in MMDDYYYY. So I'll again go to text to column, delimited. Next, none of the delimiters are selected. Date, let's change the date pattern. First month, then day, then year. This is how it works. Control F was not required. You could have done it with the same way by changing the correct pattern of the date. If you select the correct pattern of the date, text to column will help you. In case you have a mixed date format, then you can use replace format and then you can make a common date and then you can use the text to example, text to column, sorry. So example 1 is done. Example 2 is done. We converted into valid date. Example 3 is convert text to number. This is our VLOOKUP helper. You might have noticed whenever you use VLOOKUP, you might encounter with not applicable result even if the data are correct in two different tables. For example, if you take a close look, if you understand the presentation of Excel, there is something written on the extreme left side. So I'll show you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number. Again, I'll just copy paste it and paste special. Okay. And I'll change it into text. So if you take a close look, numbers are on extreme right and text are on extreme left. So if you take a close look on my column B, these accounts and these accounts are same, but If I use VLOOKUP in this text, the result will throw is not applicable. Above is my journal entry, below is my chart of account. Chart of account has GL number, GL account name, what kind of account is it, whether it is equity, asset, revenue, or expense, which class is it, what is the type, and then subtype. All right. So my intention is to bring the asset type into that particular column. So the very first thing is we'll use text to column to rectify the error not applicable. Let's see how not applicable error is reflected. I'm using VLOOKUP formula. This is the GL I'm using, comma. I'll be searching it in this particular table. So it ends here. Okay. So 8 by 6 is the range of this table. I'll freeze this table. If you see here, it is unfreezed as of now. When I press F4, dollar on column B, and then there is another dollar on row 24. So every cell is freezed of that table. Then press comma and I'll give the column number I want. I want the data in column 2. So first column is GL number, second column data is what I want, that is 2. So I'll give 2 and then I'll press comma and it's asking approximate or exact match. What is the difference between approximate and exact match? If I use approximate, then if there is no that particular GL account, it will search for the nearest GL account and then it will give you the result. If you use exact match, if you don't find the exact figure, it will throw it not applicable. So it depends on your purpose. So I'll just close this with false because I want the exact match and I close the bracket. Now if you see, my VLOOKUP formula is reflecting not applicable error. Why? Because the GL account number in column B are in text format. Since they are not in number format, VLOOKUP will throw not applicable error. This kind of error can be amended through text to column. This is a very small table. If there is a very big table with very big amount of 60,000, 70,000 rows in column, then obviously text to column will help you. A VLOOKUP is very common formula that are used over offices. Now let's see, let's copy paste this VLOOKUP and everywhere it's not applicable. Now I'll make a small changes in column B by using text to column and I'll convert this number into numbers, text into numbers. So if you see, I just click delimited and finish. Earlier it was text, now it is number, it's coming on right hand side. And below one is still text, we'll convert it as well. Data, text to column, delimit, next, finish. So if you see, it just not applicable, it just changed. When I convert it into, I just pressed Ctrl Z, okay. Again, I'll convert text into number and VLOOKUP will show you the correct result. So this is how text to column can be used whenever your VLOOKUP will throw error. Now we have learned three things: first, second, third. Okay, so this not 5, this 4, and this one is 5. All right. Now I'll use text to column to convert number with trailing minus sign to negative sign. What does it mean? Sometime, okay, sometime you might get figures with negative sign at the last, and you have to bring this negative sign at the last to front. This is simply possible in a one click through text to column option. If you see, I'll select this range, I'll go to text to column, delimit, I'll not select any of the area, and then I'll just simply select general, I'll click on advanced, and if you see, and then there is asking me trailing minus for negative sign. Yes, okay. So where do I want that result? I want it in side column so that I can show you the difference. Alright, if you see 10123 minus has been converted into minus 123. This is how you can use text to column for this particular kind of things as well. Next is import information in text file or CSV file. For example, I have a text file. This is my Zerodha's, this is my stock transaction. I need to convert it into tabular format in Excel. Either you can copy paste that content and then paste it and use text to column, or I can directly use importing option which is in data tab. This is also similar to text to column, because if you click it, I'll just click on text or CSV, I'll select the appropriate file, I'll import this file, it will take a moment. Alright, now you can see that there are delimiters and fixed width that we learned earlier, and by default my Excel is converting the content in text into various column. I don't need to make any changes for this data. In a minute, in a quick click, in a couple of seconds, it will just import and it will post it into another tab. Just hold a while. Report is being generated. If you see, this particular option imported my content in text file, and it imported into another tab, and it presented it into a tabular format, and also it converted into a table. It is very good presentation as well. It's author ID. I can change it to numbers only for better presentation. So this is how you can use text to column for text file and also CSV file. There are more use of text to column. I'm just giving you a basic understanding of how this function works. I converted example 1 bifurcation into first name and surname. Second example is validate format. Third is VLOOKUP helper, converting text to numbers. It will be used multiple times. Then is negative sign changing. Finally, I imported the data in text file. Note that I didn't use the CSV file because the file I have there in folder, it is some company data and I don't want to use that file. So maybe some other time I'll just make my own data and then I'll show you how CSV file also is can be imported, but it's all same. The way I imported the text file, the same way CSV file also can be imported into Excel. Now for you to go through this video and simultaneously work, I'll just give you download link of this example file in my video description. You can click on that link and you can download the exercise file, and then you can work again. You can again watch this video and you can work it so that you will learn this. Thank you so much for watching this video. uh, if you have any file that you think is very complex and you are stuck, you can send me through email ID. I'll just revert you back. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching.